And we are back. So, hello and welcome back to Stationeers. Today, I want to go over the controls of the rocket silo, not the rocket itself, like more some non-essential features that I would like to have, right? So, the main reason is because I want it to look cool, and then I am also waiting for the fuel, right? I don't have all the fuel. It's not like I can just launch the rocket now. I mean, I could, right? Put a little bit of fuel there, launch it, and then lose it. But that's not really the idea. I mean, this will be the closing part, so at least I want to have it done correctly. So the mining on the aim here, right, is pretty good. I'm really satisfied with recentering it and then make it go to the next mining location. So it mined a lot, right? This sunrising or sunset fog is annoying, but you can see that it's clean, right? There's nothing all the way up until here. So here's the part where from time to time it decides to be Spider-Man and starts climbing this mountain here and gets stuck in this hose here. So that's why I stop it. I could either set the X or Z a little bit to the left or to the right, it depends on how you look at it, and mine this part here, but I have a ton of ores, so I'm not really worried about it. We can take a look at the store facility here. So for the iron, right, it's backwards, so it's here, right? So no, actually it's here. That's the actual store, so 19 kilograms. So I always find it hard to convert these to actual stacks. This is 669, so I think this is one stack and 10 gold. I don't actually know how the heck the math. I will need to throw one ore and see what changes. But there is a lot of stuff here, right? So except for this one, which is cobalt, right? Yep. There's like 15 cobalt or something. 8. Yep. Anyway. So the rocket, right? So on the cooling side, I already have this cooling here that I set up for the fuel mixing, right? Fuel mixing? No. The water making. Yeah. So I already had this cooling it, so make sure it's cool enough. So the only thing I changed was the values here to be minus 50. Now it's trying to cool down to minus 50, but then you see the cooling line is actually getting overheated, so it gets to minus 49, which is above minus 50, right? So then it's turned off to not overheat my cooling line. And it's slowly getting there, so it was like 10 and this one was 30. Now both are minus 10. They'll get there. I mean, this is minus 10, this is minus 2. Anyway, if you want to check the code, I think I show it, but this is quite small. You literally just look at the values, like if this value is below the cooling, then it's turned on, otherwise it's turned off. So I can do this really fast. So yep, that's all the code, right? So those values, those comments here are wrong because I never update it, right? So I think everything here is minus 50 now. 2 to 3, 15, yeah. It's not like I'm gonna save anything here, so. For the interesting part, right? So while this is going on, So I made a lot of additions here. Not additions, but just like closing and cleaning up the thing. So there is a door right here, like a small hanger door, so it can be closed for no reason really, just to have a door here. I also placed those doors here, which will, I mean, is mainly visual, but I want like to say, okay, so I want to protect this during the launch sequence, even though everything is already behind reinforced glass. I'm gonna have an extra layer here, so when the rocket is about to launch, you're gonna close those hanger doors. So I need to name all this. This will be rocket silo engine doors, and there is more here. Right, so this is this part. Then I have this blast door here that I guess I can close the same time I close this one for no reason. So rocket silo engine blast door. And then finally I have this one, which is like rocket silo control door, whatever.
Waste tank caution.
Really? So I place all the device here that I think I want to need. So the fuel mixer here, the code here that I made on last time, it's launch fuel and power rocket, this guy here. Right, so if I import this, it's the same code as before. The only change is, so we're gonna go slow if you wanna pause this and copy, but it's the same as before. So I'll give like 2 seconds, give more 2 seconds, and a little more, and that's it. So the only change is here, right? So there was not loading from the DB settings, which is going to be always 0 because nothing is reading or writing the DB. And then I just do an extra AND before turning the pump on or off. So this is just so I can turn everything on and off by switching this value, right? So I set this value to 1, thing will run. If this value is 0, well, we just turn off both pumps and that's it. So the fuel mixer itself, it's independent, but it's gonna read the DB to define if it's gonna have to run yes or no. Then the idea here is like manual launch tower. So if I put this, I can then manually control the launch tower, right? That's why I gave this name. So that will be the power umbilical, right? On and off. That will turn. That's kind of hard to see. This guy here, right? So you have the power there, and then you have the gas there. Let me switch this before it's being annoying. So mainly it's just controlling these, right? So turn this on and then activating, and then activating, and then off. That is what this panel is about, right? So if it's in automatic mode, none of these will respond to anything, and then some lights there to show me like which state each thing is. And then here I have 3 more levers and some lights that should manually control those doors, right? Those 3 doors that I just named. So let's go over this part first. I have a bunch of housings here that are not doing anything, and some ships and the stuff that was left over. So here. So for the doors, right? If it's manual launch tower here, I have a lot of things on this network, and the rocket devices itself also show up in the network. So I'm gonna use batch names to save myself some headache, or this device ID, one of the two. I think for these I'm gonna just use device IDs, and then for the doors I use batch well because there is a lot of doors. Yeah, that makes sense. So this guy is controlling nothing. I just name here and then it's just standing there. fuel and power, right? So if I get launch tower, fuel and power, I guess that's not really the name of this thing. So launch tower control housing, and I can import here. There's nothing there yet. There was nothing. I just testing. So let's handle the doors. So what I want to do is read that lever for the manual versus automatic, right? And then when I switch from manual to automatic or from automatic to manual, I want to have, I just don't want to set all the values to instantly, right? Let's say I left everything on the manual. It's all automatic, right? So the automatic control is handling everything. Then I come here and push to manual. Now everything is on and it's trying to do stuff. So before I do that, I want to make sure everything is turned off. So when I get the manual control of the thing, it won't blow up or do any weird stuff. So I need to identify the changing state. That's what I say. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just have on the DB itself identify. I'm trying to avoid using the DB, but yeah, that's no problem. That's the main goal of this ship. And if housing is not a problem, right? I have a wall full of stuff, so I can have a lot of housing. So that is identifying a changing state. That's it. That's the only thing this thing will do at first. And then of course gonna have the controls here to manually handle stuff. So load into R0 from DB setting, right? And I can use whatever the lever is, right? So when pull it like this is manual, right? This is automatic, right? So 0 is automatic, 1 is manual. Yep. If you don't know how to get the number, right? So just look at the state, right? State 1, state 0. That's mainly the setting that you're gonna have. Same with anything, right? So the button here, if you press the button, state 1, state 0, for a half second only. And same for this. They are all the same. So I'm pausing not because I want to pause during the code. Usually I never pause. It's just because I don't want to keep going back and forth with the waste tank. It's annoying. And we are already at the end anyways. It's not like I'm suffering from oxygen or anything like that. Just to save us a little bit of time. So load from the DB setting, right? And I want this to be very clear, so I'm gonna define. There is no need to do this, but I'm gonna do it just to be a clear code, right? So define automatic 0, define manual 1. So, and then the DB itself will be the state. Right, so I load this from the DB. Then I need to compare with the lever itself, right? So if they are different, means there was a change. If they are equal, means, well, they are equal, just handled. So I only going to do something when they are different. So I need to load from load device, right? From the manual switch, which is a lever. Well, let's call manual lever. Load into R1 from the manual lever, the setting, right? And then save if it's not equal, right? If they are different, that's what I want to find. R0 and R1. Save. Do I want to save? I can just branch, right? Yes. Branch not equal from R0 and R1. Yeah, that's better. So if they are different, handle state change. Yeah, that sounds good. So we're here, and then just jump to start. So what I need to do is I need to write the value from save to db setting r0 r1. So now the next cycle they will be equal. What do I want to do now is the specific things when I change from manual to automatic is turning everything off. So just turning everything off both ways. Yeah, so I turn it off when I switch from manual to automatic, and then the automatic mode will decide if it needs to turn on and off. And when I turn to manual, if something was on, make sure it is off then, because now we got a menu. Yeah, so we're gonna always turn everything to off. Okay, perfect. So I only gonna handle these guys, and then the code that is reading this will then transfer to the actual device. So it will be a 2 ticks delay, but that's fine. I'm not really concerned, right? Because I'm gonna push the lever, gonna see the difference, gonna update the state of the other switches, and then gonna go back to the start. And then it's not gonna detect any change, and then you're gonna actually turn things on and off. So there will be a 1 cycle delay there. No problemo at all. So what I need to do, I need to control 3 lights and 2 switches. The activate button, there is nothing to be done. So I need to save. I need to know if it's manual or automatic. I have this here, right? If this is 1, meaning it's automatic. Okay, so that's what I need to do. Lever 1 means automatic. I'm not using this for anything. Maybe I just delete this later. So the light's going to be all on when it's manual. Yes? Yes. So save device into manual light on will be R1. Yeah, I guess I just do this for all the lights, right? So the manual light, then the power light, and the gas light. Those are the umbilical lights. Now, I want to turn all the switches off. So there's 2 switches. So save device, power switch is open. I think is the one you use, right? Because on the switch, you have settings, which is what the thing you usually use. Like you usually use this, right? But there is the open. The setting is only read. You can't write to the setting after the logic switch. But if you save to the open, that will then overrides the thing, right? So you can actually control the switch itself and the lever from the IC. You just need to use open instead of settings. So that will be fixed at 0, and same for the gas. So turn on the lights, turn off the switch. That's it. Colors. So I'm on manual, right? So save device manual light. Color. I guess it's color dot yellow. Yeah. And for those, so those will be green when they are on but not connected, and red when they are on but connected. So, but that will be handled by the next cycle. So here I just turn them on and off. Okay. Except this one, because this one will just have like this color. Yeah. So let's, yeah, I'm not using this for anything. Let's just get rid of this. So we're gonna need a manual lever, right? So define manual lever. So this is the hash. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 more things, right? So manual light, power, gas. I'm missing one. This. Then to the annoying part of getting the IDs. Please tell me I have a configurator. I should have. Yes, I have. I was using the GPS before for the aim stuff. So this guy ABF11A. ABF11A. Manual light is this guy there. AC45EA. 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 If I had put this in sequence, they would have similar values, but yeah, doesn't matter. Power light. So power light is power umbilical power light. So I can't really see AC3F5E. AC3F5E. Then it is gas light, which is that one there. Fuel light, let's call it fuel. AC3F81. AC3F81. So that will be fuel light. Let's also call fuel switch. So then the power switch is ABEF73. ABEF73. And finally, oh, that's the power. Yeah, that's the power, correct.
Waste tank caution.
And then finally, ABEF97. BEF97. Right. So this should not be doing absolutely anything. If I do this, it turns the lights. Perfect. Perfect. I need to make sure this is actually happening. I can do this by just doing this. Yep, they do flip. Perfect. So the notification part is working. Now the actual code, right? So when they are not equal. So otherwise, branch is equal to, now I'm going to do branch AL because I probably want to run something else on this for the doors or whatever. Jump AL, not jump. Branch if is equal AL R0 equal to 0. This means run automatic mode, yeah. And then if it is 1, then will be manual mode. We change the waste before it's being annoying. So the automatic mode, we won't have anything for now. Just jump back. The manual mode. I do need a mode so I can use R0 for something else. Yeah, so let's alias R. So we went mode R15. And then load into mode. If mode is not equal to whatever the lever is, then we handle the state change. So I don't need to worry about mode here. If the mode is 0, if the mode is 1, that's pretty standard. Perfect. Pause this. So manual mode, right? So what do I want to do? So I want to load device from the power switch, the setting. They're gonna save device into the power umbilical. That's how you type it. Yes, that's how I type it. Interesting. If you wait, what? If you click X, no. Wait, what? There was a way to close this without unpausing the game. That I was because when you exit there, it pauses the game, which is annoying. But now it's not working. Like if you click here, it will not unpause. I was doing something, or press ask. Yeah, never mind. I need to remember how I did it. So I could exit the helper without unpausing here, which was pretty useful. But anyways, so power umbilical on based on this, right? So it's gonna just redirect whatever is coming from here. And that's the easy part. The lights, right? So if this is on, the light will be green. If it is activated, the light will be red. Right? So I need to read from this guy here. Then I'm gonna be load device. Yeah, load device from the power umbilical. Activated, I guess. Everything is activated when you click the thing and then the thing expand. Left the mode, really. Power required pref. Really, that we don't have activate? Am I crazy? We have open. Oh, I guess it's open then. What the heck open means? Forward or not forward? Well, let's find out. So get the tablet out. So it is. Everything is off. Right, 0, okay. I turn it on. Open 0, I click. If I can click this, for whatever reason I can't. Come on, get me up. Come on. Open is 1. Now open is 0. Yeah, so it's up open. Consistent. Why would they make this consistent? I should get the idea of the thing since I'm here already. So A260AB. 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 Right, so this is the power vehicle. Great, so then load open. Now I want to do is a select into R0. Do I need something else? No, so I can overwrite R0. From R0. Right now, this open one mean connected. Connect I want to be red. Color red. Otherwise it will be color green. You can use numbers or crap. I don't remember how you get that. There is a table that shows the numbers. Jeez, now I really want to remember how I was able to close it without pausing. Am I confusing with this? Maybe. Yeah, who knows. And then what I want to do is on the light of the power, which is this guy, right? So there will be save device to this guy, color, this color. So this should turn on and off and push the thing. So let's see if it works. So if I export, nothing. So if I push this to automatic, into power here, each one, or turn it on or click here, absolutely nothing should happen, right? Because it's not entering that state. Now if I do this, this should turn off and that all should go on. Perfect. So now if I click this, I just turn it on, right? Yes, it's on. Wait, that doesn't make sense. A green is on. Oh, I have 3 states. I forgot about it. Activated, not activated, on and off. Right, when it's off, well, the light's off. Yeah. So manual stating here, so let's just turn the lights based on the thing. So that will be, so the lights also follow this. Yeah, that's better. Now I need to redeactivate thing, right? Perfect. Now how am I gonna redeactivate thing, right? Because deactivate thing is a one pulse thing. And it should be read and handled like just once. But I already inside this. So guess I could do a function, and because I'm gonna need to do the exact the same for the other one. So if I have a function, let's imagine this, right? So button, I am confused button with button, which one has M or N, right? So button, yeah, and then you have button, yep. So button pressed. So this will then return. So I need to move into result if the button was pressed or not. So I'm gonna load device into 0 from the target device, so it's quite generic. Target button, right? Activate. And actually, let's call this handle umbilical connection. Yeah, umbilical connection. That's a better name. That's a much better name, right? So I load from the button deactivate, right? So if the button is not activated, don't do anything. Just branch, jump back to our A. So I don't need a result. So branch equal to 0, R0, just go back. Oh, if you are here, it means we actually pressed the button. So in that case, I'm going to invert whatever state the umbilical have. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm gonna load device from into R0 from the target umbilical the open, right? And then I'm gonna save it equal to 0 because this is what inverts, right? 0 equal to 0, yes, that become 1. So next time you're gonna run it, 0 equals to 1, no, it's not, so it's gonna become 0. So just invert it and save it back into the thing. Yeah, save device into the umbilical open R0. Yeah, that's it. Right. So if if whatever button was pressed was not pressed, don't do anything. If it was pressed, invert the reading from the umbilical target. That sounds pretty good, right? So then I will need to jump AL. Oh, I'm losing the RA here. I hate when this kind of stuff happens. I could do something. Well, I don't need to. If this is the last action, I don't need to worry. I can just jump to hand down umbilical, and that will jump out. So this will work as long as this is the last action. So let's put this. So I don't forget, because I will forget. Yeah, I can't do that. Never mind, because I need to handle both umbilicals. I don't want to keep handling the memory and stuff. Well, I guess I just do a push RA. Right. And pop into RA, then jump RA. Okay. So then I'm gonna have 2 of this. I'm gonna need to move to the target button. Right? And I also need to move to the target umbilical, and I'm gonna need to do this twice. And that's pretty simple, right? So there. Otherwise I would have to use all these lines twice. So the target button will be, I don't have any buttons, right? No. So I need another umbilical. So I need a gas umbilical, right? The gas umbilical, and then I'm gonna need both buttons, which is power button. And it's not gas, it's fuel. Great. So I move here, power button. I move here, power umbilical, and that will be then fuel button and fuel umbilical. I don't have those, so let's create those. Right? So alias target button R14 alias target umbilical R13. That should be all I need. One thing I'm missing when I do this, I do need to go over those umbilicals and set them to off, disconnected. Do I? I manually connect them, and then I switch to automated. The automated will then reconnect it. If they are connected, they will just keep connected. Let's just make sure I'm turning everything off. So that will be save device into power umbilical open 0, and then same for the fuel. And if it goes back and forth just because I alternate between manual and automatic, that's totally fine. Automatic, we're gonna probably another chip. I'll go see. We still have a lot of lines left, but well, let's keep simple as possible, right? What am I missing? I'm missing the actuators, right? Everything has the same idea here. So I need a few and then the two buttons. So the few is this guy. 89E61. E61, and the power is BEFD. That's ABEFD9. I said Z and then I mess up. BEFD9. BEFD9. And finally this guy. BEFEB. Just B at the end. EP, right? ABEFEB. AEBFEB, yeah, that's it.
Waste tank caution.
So if I do this, you turn it on. Absolutely nothing happens. I click this. It extended, perfect. And turned red. I do this. I didn't control the light, but it should be on. I would be on if I actually connect the thing. Interesting how this is not throwing an error. It should be throwing an error. Probably have the wrong ID or the same ID as that one. Let me just double check this. E61. E61. Yeah, that's correct. So jump AL and just jump back and then just jump AL and just jump back. Yeah, that's target, target, target. This should be working. I'm not controlling the lights. Yeah, this I am. So I turn it off. It's still connected. That's something I need to automate, right? So if it's off, it needs to not be connected. So if the device is off, I will need like a second thing here, right? So we'll go off, jump RA, so load, save into device, then Bilco 0, that's it. But then I need the logic to go to here. I can squeeze this into this, right? Yeah, I'm gonna open only if it's open and it's on. Yep. So I can totally do loading for one from this on. And and R0, R0, R1. And that should make sure it is off, it's closed, but that won't run if it's not activated. Crap. Annoyance. So I read the power. This just handle inverting it. What I need to do here is load from device target umbilical if it's or 0 if it's on, and then I need to load. Gonna have to do this twice. So we're going to have like a yes, so instead of jumping to our A, I jump to this, which is not needed here, but that's fine. And then what I will do always is, okay, load device from the target umbilical if it's on, right? And then I can load device into R1 from the target umbilical if it's open. Right, so if it is on, I want to keep the open. If it's off, I want to always start. So I just do an AND here. That will do, right? AND R0, R0, and R1. Because if this is off, this will result in a false. If this is not open, this will result in a false. If both are off, it will also be false. Gonna only be on when both are on. Yeah, that's it. So my only concern is that when I do this, it doesn't actually wait. It doesn't actually change, right? So I set it to open and then I read here and it's not open yet because it needs one cycle. If that's the case, this will never happen and gonna always be off. Well, let's find out. So save device. Then I don't need to do anything, right? So jump to here, they will do the thing, they're gonna always pass here. And we're gonna find out if it works. It definitely didn't. I lost track of what the heck I was doing. Oh yeah, I was testing this. So it doesn't work at all the way I was expecting. Now export this. State is 1. So turn it on. Nothing should happen. Perfect. Turn the thing on. It is on. Turn this on. It's still off. Something wrong with the gas stuff. Fuel button, ABF, fuel umbilical. So the IDs are different. The IDs are different. The IDs are different. So I'm not reading from the wrong thing. Oh, I always, yeah, never mind. If I want to do a generic thing, I will have to put everything here. Yeah, that will be better. Okay, so let's fix the activate first, then I move the rest into here. But at least I understand why the activate is not working there. Okay, so it's like this. I click this. It does extend, perfect. Click it, it goes off, perfect. So I click it again. Now I turn it off. It stays. It shouldn't stay. Low device target umbilical on. Low device target umbilical open. Ending to R0, R0 and R1 if it's on when it's open. Then it's gonna keep open. Unless it doesn't retract when it's off. That will be the first device that actually respects power, because absolutely everything in the game does not care if it's on or off, it just works. So it's on, I turn it off, I press this, I can't press this. Man, I can't click on the thing. Okay. Why can't I see the... why can't I click on the thing? That's so annoying. Jeez, annoyance. That is the first device in the entire game, I guess, that actually reads the power before you can activate it.
Waste tank caution.
I don't have any other extra waste. Okay. I'm just saying that because doors, Amy, and basically anything else, the activate doesn't really respect the power. You can activate and deactivate, you can open and close regardless of the power. But okay. So I need to first deactivate and then turn it off. Nice. Let's just replace the tanks here and wait a little bit for the...
Waste tank caution.
for the oxygen to refuel.
Waste tank critical. Waste tank caution.
So while I wait for that to refuel, I just pause a little bit and then wait here. I'm gonna download a mod just to drink and eat faster. So you are back. Let's finish that part. You want at least fix the launch tower, then the doors. Jeez, this is already 1 hour and then I barely did anything. My jetpack.
Jetpack critical.
Yeah, it's fine. "17 going to 18 and then we turn you off." How much do I actually have? It's hard to gauge. 137 kilomoles, so it's not much for a fuel, right? 189. Yeah, I don't think I have enough. I could run some engine tests, so I'll do this at the end. So let's rethink this. So I get the power, right? So the power switch, and then I turn it on and off. Then if it is off, it is off. That's it. Nothing else to be done. So I... No. Load if it's on or if it's off. If it is off, I need to load from the device if it's open instead of saving. And then I select if the power is off, I'm gonna put open off. If the power is on, I keep whatever open had before. Perfect. And then the button press here, it's a different thing. So load for this from the switch thing, then save on. Before saving on, we'll load device into R1 from the device open, right? And then I'll do a select into R1 from R0, which is power, right? So 1 is this thing. If it's on, keep whatever I had before. If it's off, then this is also off. So I load the open, and then I save whatever open was loaded, right? So if it's open, gonna keep it open. If it's off, gonna keep it off. And then if it's switching states that this is open, I'm gonna turn it off. Gonna call activated before calling the on. Now I don't know if this works if you're doing the same tick or if I need to do a yield here, but I guess we're gonna find out. Right, then everything else keeps as it was. The lights and the power, and then on the button here, the button here is just handling the press of the button, which is fine. Load device if it's activated. So now that I'm doing the thing over there, do I need to have this handle here? I don't think I need, so I can put RA here just for sake of testing. And if that works, then I can get rid of this. So you are off, right? You say you are activated. That's wrong. Oh yeah. That helps if you turn the thing on. This. Now you're flashing line 41. 41. Why can't I save into the power umbilical activate 1? Oh, because it's not activated, it's open. Because reasons, right? So perfect. If I click, it opens. If I click, it closes. If I click, it opens. If I turn it off, it retracts. Perfect. Now if I click, nothing happens. Perfect. So what I will do on the handling, I won't have, on the handling on the button here is Okay, so this works now. Let's make everything here better. Umbilical connections, right? So this would be, so I move the power, I move this. So what do I need here? So the power switch I'm missing, right? So I will need move into the target switch. That would be the power switch. The umbilical is already here. Umbilical, then the lights. Move to the target light. Whatever lights. So I will be able to handle this in any part of the code. Now target button, target umbilical. Don't freeze game. Thank you. So give me this. And give me this. So 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. So actually I don't need all this stuff anymore, right? Push to our A. Then I will do everything inside this guy here. So let's make sure I have everything here. I should not lose any. Yeah, there is plenty of space. Oops. And this, I wish they had like a multi-line copy paste. It's so damn annoying. So now I should be able to just do this stuff. So power switch will then be target switch. Power umbilical will be then target umbilical. Target umbilical, target umbilical. That will be target light. Target umbilical.
Waste tank caution.
Load activate. From the activate button, right? So if the activate button is pressed, it's not pressed, just ignore. If it is pressed, then we then call this. So now I'm doing a lot of readings of the same thing over and over again. So before I fix anything, let me make sure this is actually working. So target switch is the fuel switch, and then the target light is the fuel light. Target. Okay, so that's everything is export. It kind of working, but it's not setting the color there. Why would that? Because I never put the freaking codes. Fuel light, fuel button, power button, fuel umbilical, power umbilical, fuel switch, power switch, fuel light, power light. I still don't get why the fuel part's not working. It turns it on and off. It does connect the thing. It is doing what's supposed to do. I turn you off, you disconnect it, you come here. Why are you not green? Oh, power light. That explains it. Now let's reshuffle the order here, because this is doing a lot of repetition stuff. So what I can do is like, okay, R0 gonna have the switch, is the switch on or off. And then R1 gonna say, hey, is the umbilical open or off? Then I select the umbilical state on R1. And then I set it there. And then I have the umbilical on or off, and then this. Okay, so until here I didn't lose anything. Then I checking if it's open, which I already have on R1 here. So I can do this and get rid of this. The light color will be this, and then the activate here is reading the activate, and it's skip. Otherwise it's okay. That's a little better and way smaller now. So automatic. The thing that should happen if I turn you guys all on. So that's already wrong with this guy here. Really everyone is working? Why the power don't want to work? Target switch, target umbilical, target umbilical, target umbilical, target light, target bottom, target umbilical, target umbilical. So everything is correct. Target to power, target to power, target to power, target to power, target to fuel, target to fuel, target to fuel, target to fuel. Okay, so I'm not missing that. So I'm just reading the start of the thing just to see if I'm not invert anything somewhere. Why wouldn't the power work? So it's on and it's on. It is on. And I can totally click on this. And it is respecting. Now it is working, and then why was it working before? Go figure. So this was like this, right? So this was connected, yes. And then I tried to connect you, and then you never connect. Now you never. Why is this configuration a problem? Now it connected. So something there is not great. But if I do this, yeah, that's what I wanted. Right, so I need to actually do it backwards, right? So let's be like this. And just make sure I'm going to put a yield here. Yeah. So the lights, when I reset the mode here, The lights needs to go back to off because all the lights are on. But they are being turned off here. No, this light is the... Ah, yeah, because they are... Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So turn you on, click this, click this. Yeah, now it works. And then put to automatic, everything switches. You guys are back to what you should be. Put your manual, you're gonna one cycle to reset, and that's fine. That's the one cycle I said at the beginning that will have like a small delay. Perfect, fine. If I press this, nothing should happen because you are off. Now, am I actually doing anything? So I could do one extra thing here, right? So R0, did I lose R0 somewhere? I lose R0 right here. So let's put this on R2. And then if it is off, right, there is no reason for try to check if the button is activated or not. So branch fee is equal to 0, R0 to RA. So we don't even worry about this if the button is not there. Oh, if the thing is off. Great. I do this, it does an invert, perfect. If I then do this, it also does an invert. Nothing happens. So if I click here, then I click here, and then I click here, everything is fine. Perfect. One last thing that I want is the doors here, and then we close this part, and then I'm gonna do another one. So the next one I wanna do a countdown. Alright, so I need to see the sounds, and basically we have the lights here, right? So flash this like with bang, bang, and then open the hanger and this kind of stuff. So let's finish the downside here first. So that will be what did I call this again? I'll just copy whatever name I have here. So rocket silo engine doors lever.
Waste tank caution.
And then I have blast door lever. And then I have this guy here. And then I also have the lights, right? That's not what I wanted. I should paste in both before. Yeah, now I have to do it again. This should be a little easier. So in menu or automatic for now, I'm going to just open and close, and then on the automatic later I handle something more like not opening during the fire sequence. Otherwise it can just open. Yeah. So that should be pretty simple. Going to need, of course, a lot of defines. AC 7051. So define This will be the silo engine doors lever. Then I'm going to have two more silo blast door and this silo control door lever. So this will be blast door, if I can read it, AC70C4. AC70C4, that's explosive. And AC7109. AC7109. Right, so those are the levers. And one thing that I just clear the B, because if I happens to push the RA and then it's running this line and then I refresh, I don't know if I'm gonna have crash in the register, just to be sure it doesn't. And I'm gonna need to do it again for the lights. Oh, that's so annoying. AC736B. AC736B. I already forgot. AC736B. Oh, the fan turned on finally. Then there will be AC736C. And finally AC737C. Yeah, that's why it's better if you put stuff in sequence here. So that is the light. Yeah, using this takes a lot of lines, but that's fine. Still have plenty of space. So in the menu, I'll just do a pass-through. I need to turn everything off. So when I'm switching the change here, right? So when I'm doing the change, I'm going to get on this guy here and I'm gonna say save devising to this, open 0. I'm doing wrong here. I the umbilical and then the ball. Yeah, that's. Wait, what? Power umbilical open 0. I'm not actually turning them off because I said I didn't need to. Yeah, I do remember saying that because the automatic will hand over. But then I said I need to turn everything off. So umbilical is open, but I'm not actually. Yeah, this is not quite what I want to have. Open. I would need to have this. Turn the lights off, turn the switch off, close the umbilical, wait, and then turn them off. Great. So now I can then silo engine door lever is off. The blast door and the control room. So it's only one door. I need to fix the naming here. Engine, glass and control door. Silo, engine, lights. Silo control door. That is the blast door. And then control door light. Yeah.
Waste tank caution.
Yeah, keep forgetting to pause the thing. So silo engine door, silo blast door, control door lever. So this closes everything. Now the door lights, I want to always update, so the door light's gonna always follow whatever I have here. So I can do door light. So the door light is just load device from all three stuff. Ah, that's annoying. It's really annoying. I can be open. Setting doesn't matter, right? Save device into the silo engine doors light on are 0. And then I just need to do this 2 more times. That's the engine. That is the blast. And that's the control. Perfect. Now I just need to actually do something with the doors. And if it's in automatic mode, the door will not respond, but I'm only controlling the lights here. And how am I gonna know if I'm automatic mode? I just read the automatic from the mode here. So I can then set the light color to green or red. So green, yeah, it's gonna respond. Red, it won't do anything. So select into R1 based on the mode color dot red color dot green. So mode 0 gonna come here. Mode 1, that's backwards. And now it doesn't know what color red is, even though it was here 5 seconds ago. Go figure. Go figure. So if I copy this, yep, now it doesn't know what this is. Anyways, so that's the color, right? So then I just save into the light, color R1. They're red, that's fine. They're green. It's open. It's closed. Perfect. I don't care about locking this. Only thing missing is actually open and closing the doors. So we're going to have another thing called update door. And this is only going to run, it's going to always run, but I would have an extra condition to know if I can open the door. So going to be pretty much the same thing I have here, which is annoying, right? So I need to copy this, and then this will be a save batch name into the door hash, to the door name, whatever name, open, and open, right? But before doing that, I need gonna have another variable. It's gonna save here that will be handed somewhere else. Alias can open door. That will start at 1. So I can actually open. And I'm gonna only turn this 0 when the ignition sequence is on. So I load this, and then I do and R0, R0, can the door be open, right? And then I save batch name into this door, the door state. Well, in this case, I can just run update doors and update levers, everything at once. Yeah, that I was going to have 2 different ones, but now I don't need. So I guess I just have update doors. Get rid of this, right? So this load silos are right there. And I need this end. We will fix this. Line color is annoying as hell. No, you're not gonna fix it. Really gonna be a pain. I hate this. Yep. Anyways, crap, I lost the code here. That doesn't matter. So I'm getting to the around 100 lines, so the automatic will definitely be in another chip. Update doors, right? So cooler, blah 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 blah. Update doors here needs to be called here. So this is branch not set. Okay, when I'm changing, I need to stop the code. That's fine. When the code is the same, I'm branching AL, which means everything gonna run. Perfect. So update doors. Update doors to the select based on the current mode. If it's manual or automatic. No, that's not what I need. I need to do the select based on the can the doors be open. green, otherwise it's red. I'm gonna retype this. Select integer one from color dot green color dot red. Yeah, thank you very much. Didn't help. So turning the light on if the door is open or not, and then if it's or I need better things here. So let's do one door and silo first, and then I do the rest. So I want it to be on when it's closed also. So how do think about the lights, right? So the door is unlocked. I can open and I can close it. Green in both cases, because it's green, I can control it. Red means I cannot control it. When do I want the lights off? Never. Okay, so I'm not controlling the lights on and off. The lights are always on. I'm only controlling the color. That's what I was trying to figure out. So the color is here on R1. Okay, perfect. And what I want is the actual save batch name, right? Yes, so that will be save batch name into the door hash, the name hash, open based on something. Now this something needs to be an and R0 and can open door. Perfect. So now below the 1 I paste this, and then below the 1 for the color. Yeah, so it's a little more concise. Right, almost closing. No, don't worry. So the door hash, now it's a problem because I have different doors, right? Lines, I have enough lines, don't worry. So for this part, I think I'm gonna need 2 because I have 2 different doors. They're not the same size, right? This is prefab hash 801, right? So this is the same prefab hash 801. I'm just reading the last numbers. So this is a different door, right? Yeah, this is a different, because this is a different kit altogether, which I don't remember which one is which. And I don't want to dismantle it, just to check it. I think this is large. And this is medium. There's got 1, 2, 3 frames, and this goes 1, 2. Yeah, that's it. Right? So large and medium. That's the thing, right? Just trying to remember which device I have there, because I need to run 2. It'd be nice if we have a batch name that doesn't require the hash. So the hash of the kit, it will just search for the name. So you could have different stuff like different solar panel types, different doors, and you could run just one command. But for now you need both, right? So So I need to define engine door hash name will be hash rocket silo something. Then there's two more. Don't freeze game. And then it breaks up on this for whatever reason. Engine, then the blast, and then the control. So just need to copy those guys. Right, so that's the control. So that's the engines. And the blast door. Now what I need to do so this is the right, so that will be this, and this is the part that I need to, so that's a hanger door, medium and large, right? So large, and then medium. Blast door is blast door. And then the control room is a small one. That's it. I mean, that's backwards, right? No, it's actually correct, right? So I'm closing this. That's what's going to happen when the rocket's about to launch. So this is to protect the equipment down here. The control one is not working. Oh yeah, it's working. Because it's backwards, it's triggering me. Then this one is the blast order. Yeah, perfect. So now just to simulate what happens when it's on automatic mode, it will write 0 to this, and everything will be closed. And they should be red, and they will not respond to this. It's not automatic, it's just can the doors be open, yes or no. I need to figure out how I'm gonna control this, but for now that's good enough. So that gives me all the controls I need for manually handling the rocket if I want to. Fuel, I can do whatever. That's step 1. Now step 2 is what I said here, like up here. So I need to handle those doors here, open and close. I want to do a countdown. I want to open those, turn those lights on, and I want to do some alarm sound like beep, beep, and then the things open while the door is flashing. And then we go over the launch sequence. We do a countdown from 10. I don't think we can count down from 10. One, two, three, four, five, floor. So we can count down from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we have ignition. Don't we have ignition? Pressure, temperature, pressure, trade for rocket launching. Okay, it was launching. But I want to ignition first, like turn on the engine, like, and then push the power of the engine up, right? And then you launch the rocket. Visual, basically, the pressurized airlock power into the storming command alert warning. Don't we have ignition? I was sure we have ignition. Zero alarm, music, danger, warning, alert, storm, intruder, pressurized airlock power, system, welcome, malfunction, health, out, who goes there, okay, fire. Maybe I can use this for firing the rocket, firing the engine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rocket launch and lift off. 1. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire. So I could do rocket launching and do the counting and then fire. That fires the engines. Then lift off when it actually lift off. I don't know. I'm gonna find out this next one. And also need to control the lights here. For now, that will be it. It's being a long one. Coding always a long one when doing coding. But yeah. This place is a mess.
Waste tank caution. Waste tank caution. Waste tank caution.
Okay. It's a mess basically because I smelt what I need. I come here, I open the suit and I just drop the ores here. That's why they are all here and now a stack of 50. Most of them at least. Yeah. Great. So that will be it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.